Hello, Amy. Can you tell me if my things have arrived at yours yet? I was told by the moving service that they had finished delivering. Yeah, we had loads of boxes delivered yesterday evening. What was all that? David said he called you, but you wouldn't tell him what you've sent us. If they've arrived safely, then that's all that matters. You haven't opened any of them, have you? I don't want you going through what's inside. You're not allowed to touch anything. David told me you said you didn't want us opening them over the phone, so I haven't touched any of them. But what are they? There's so many boxes, and we had an extra delivery this morning. I hope that's the last of them, because we really can't take any more. What are we supposed to do with them? We don't have the space to store them, and it's become more difficult to move around because they're all stacked up in the hallway. We can't keep them like this. What do you want us to do with them? It's fine, don't worry about it. You don't have to do anything with them. You have a spare room next to the living room, right? Just put them in there. That's all you have to do for me. Excuse me? Mary, I can't do that, and you can't just decide that for us. We're already using that room for something else. We can't use it for storing your things. Even if you are my mother-in-law. I'm sorry, but everything's still in the hallway ready to be moved, so I'd be grateful if you'd have them cleared away soon. Don't worry, I'll be there soon. I'll tidy everything away myself, so you don't have to do anything. Everything will be out of the boxes and tidied away in no time, so just leave everything as it is. I'm sorry, what? You're coming here to take everything out of the boxes? I don't understand. Why would you do that? I should be there this evening. I'm asking you why? To put away my things. I don't want you or my son going through my things, so I'll organize everything myself. You don't have to do anything. You should be happy that I'm willing to do it all by myself. I still don't understand. Why would you send all of your things all the way here to organize them? Can't you do that at home? Oh, didn't David tell you? I thought you already knew that I'm moving in with you. That's why I've sent all my things to yours. I'm looking forward to living with you both, and I hope that we can get on well. Have you already prepared my welcome party? You'll have to set one up to introduce me to the neighbors. Excuse me? I haven't heard anything about you moving in with us. Are you sure you're not mistaken? David already said no the last time you asked to move in with us, so why would he change his mind? And first of all, I haven't given my approval, so there's no way he would do something like this behind my back. We can talk about that when I arrive. I'll be there by this evening, so make sure you have something prepared for me by then. No, you can't just decide something like that by yourself and force it on us. We don't have anywhere for you to sleep, and like I've been saying, we don't have the space for your stuff. I'm sure there must be plenty of things you don't need or use that you can throw out. The room next to the living room gets a lot of sunlight, so I'd like to use that as my bedroom. If you can clear that room up for me, I can work on tidying my things away as soon as I arrive. It should be clean by the time I get there if you start right away. Oh, and I get back pain if the mattress isn't comfortable enough, so make sure that you get one that's meant specifically for back pain. I love the memory foam, but the cheap ones are too firm, so think carefully before you buy. I still haven't said that you can live with us! David hasn't told me anything, so I'm pretty sure that he hasn't given his permission either. And what is David's dad going to do? Is he going to live by himself? Are you splitting with him? I don't want to live with James anymore. I want to live with my son. You won't deny me that, will you, Amy? Will you welcome me into your home? I've got nowhere else to go. You can't just kick me out into the street when I'm begging this much. What time do you think you'll be here? I'm gathering up the last of my things, so I should be able to leave the house soon. I'll be there by this evening. According to the train timetable, my train should reach the station around 4 p.m., so would you pick me up? I've got a lot of things to carry, and I don't know the way from the station. Can you come and get me at 4? Thank you, I'm going to go get ready. Mary, you can't come and live with us. Like I told you, we don't have anywhere for you to sleep. The room you're talking about isn't available, and we can't throw things out just because you need a place to stay. You can't decide this and guilt-trip me into letting you stay. But David already said that it would be okay. If he gave the all-clear, then there's no reason why I should ask for your permission. You should listen to what your husband says if you want to be a good wife. Do you understand? Do as David says, or he'll start hating you. David told me that he never said it was okay. He says that he already told you couldn't move in with us. If you're going to insist, then I'll check with him again. But even if he does say it's okay, please know that I'm not okay with it. This is my house as well as his, and I won't agree to living with you. Why not? Why does it matter so much whether one person is living in your house or not? I won't take up that much space, and it's not like you have children to raise. What on earth could be the problem? Can't you pity your own mother-in-law and be generous enough to take care of her in her old age? It's not like it'll cost you that much money. You should be happy to live with me. I'm your husband's mother. So you want us to pay for everything while you stay with us as well? That makes it even more difficult for me to let you stay here. We don't have an infinite supply of money or space. Please don't be unreasonable. You're the one that's being unreasonable. You married my son. You should be the one taking care of me anyways. It's your job to take care of me. I just called David and he tells me that he never gave you permission to stay with us. He says that he made it clear that you can't move in with us. Who should I believe? My own husband or someone who's lying for her own convenience? Oh, really? I don't remember that. I heard him say that it was okay. That's not an excuse for you to try to force your way into our home. You don't have to phrase it like that. I'm much older than you, so please don't talk down to me. I'm not making excuses. I've no idea what David would want to marry a woman like you. He's so honest and gentle, but you're so rude. What could he have seen in you? It's a mystery to me. David said that he hasn't given his permission, so please stop. You can't live with us, Mary. We'll send your things back as soon as we can. It'll be a problem for me if you do that. I'm leaving this house and I'm not coming back. I don't want to live here with this man anymore. You're free to leave James if that's what you want, but you can't come here. You can't stay here and you'll have to find somewhere else. Mary? Mary? Please don't ignore my messages. Amy? Hello? Call not answered. Call not answered. Amy, where are you going? I've been waiting for 15 minutes. I told you I would arrive at 4 p.m., so why aren't you here to pick me up? What are you doing? Answer my calls! I've got too many things to carry. I can't leave the station. Would you hurry up and collect me? Mary, I told you that you can't come live here, but you were the one that ignored my messages. Call not answered. What are you talking about? I thought the conversation was over. We were supposed to meet anyway. And I thought we could talk about it then, if you really wanted to discuss it more. But you never came to pick me up. Will you hurry up? I'm not coming to collect you. Say whatever you like, but you'll have to collect me because I can't go to your house by myself. I have too much luggage. I can't get on the bus either because I don't know the way. You really haven't been listening to anything I've said, have you? I've already been waiting out here half an hour, and it's starting to get embarrassing. You're the one that's not listening to me properly. I can't collect you because we're at your house. We've already asked James about what happened. What are you talking about? We heard that you stole from his savings and spent his money without his permission, and that he got angry and asked for a divorce when he realized what you had done. I don't remember that happening. Are you sure that's what happened? My memory's been very hazy recently, so you can't blame me for something I don't remember. Apparently you wouldn't leave when he asked you to, so he suggested that your eldest son and his family come live with him. Didn't he? And that means that you have no choice but to leave, doesn't it? Because you were always horrible to your eldest son's wife. She even got depressed because of the way you treated her, and your own son doesn't want you to come near her. So you've never been invited to visit them. I heard that you've never been to see their children, your own grandchildren, because they don't want you harming their mental health either.
That's not true. She's just too weak mentally. James is being ridiculous, too. How can he choose his daughter-in-law over his own wife? He told me to leave because I stress her out. But why should I leave? I was here first. She's only here because she's married to our son.
I think he's being fair.
What did you say?
James asked you for a divorce and asked you to leave because you spent his savings, but you wouldn't leave. I think it's only normal that he would prioritize the feelings of his daughter-in-law over you. If anything, you're lucky he hasn't been more harsh on you. You're lucky he hasn't forced you out and made you homeless. He could have done that whenever he wanted. But he knew that you had nowhere to go, so he's given you time to find a new place. You should be more thankful to him.
Who do you think you are? I'm not going to let you talk to me like that. You have no right to lecture me.
Anyway, every single box has been returned to your house.
What? Why would you do that?
James said he didn't want your stuff taking up space in the hallway while you searched for a new place, so all of the boxes have been stacked up inside the storage shed in the garden. By David.
David did that, but I thought he was at work.
He was, but when we decided that the best course of action was to send everything back, he left work early for me, because I can't carry heavy loads. I'm pregnant.
What? Why didn't you tell me that? I can't believe it! You're pregnant? That's even more reason for me to come live with you and David.
I don't see why that's another reason. You'll need help around the house when the baby comes. You'll be much more at ease if I'm around. You can go straight back to work and leave the baby with me. We're fine. When we're closer to the due date, my mom will be coming to stay with us for a while. She raised 4 children, so she'll be a great help, and I respect her as a mother.
And I've already raised 2 fine boys. I raised the man you're married to, so that says something. You'll need someone like me around.
I heard from David's dad that you haven't been helping with any of the housework these past few years, and you spend most of your time fawning over a young actor that you recently became a fan of. I don't think I can trust someone who's spent her spouse's savings on buying fan merchandise, and doesn't even feel guilty about it. I don't trust you enough to leave you alone in my home with my child.
Why do you know about that? I haven't told David any of that.
I heard from James when I asked him how things were going. And when David was moving the boxes, he had to open the heavier ones to lighten the load. We saw that it was filled with magazines, CDs, and DVDs. You must have spent a lot of James's money considering the amount of boxes that were filled to the brim.
You opened them? I specifically told you not to touch my things. If you've broken anything, I'll have you reimbursing me. I can't believe you would touch my things without my permission. Just how insensitive are you?
By the way, your things would have never fit in the room you asked for, and that room has been set up for the baby, so you wouldn't be able to stay anyways. That's why I told you we didn't have any space, but you wouldn't listen no matter what I said.
Then what am I supposed to do? I made all these preparations to live with you. And I'm already at the station. I came all this way.
That happened because you didn't even ask for our permission before packing up your things. We never asked you to come, and we never said that you could stay. I think it's best that you go back to your house, or rather your husband's house, and ask if you can stay for a little longer while you find your own place. Your eldest son's old apartment is paid for until the end of the month, and he suggested that you could stay there. Might be a better idea for you to talk to them about that when you get back. Well, you'll have to apologize to his wife first.
What about David? What did he say? Isn't he on my side? He'll let me stay with you two if you ask him.
He's saying that he doesn't want to have anything to do with you. You've already caused him a lot of trouble in the past, and it seems that this was the last straw. We've finally finished moving your boxes, so we'll be going home now, but I suggest you go back to your house while you still can, since there aren't a lot of trains running this evening. You'll end up having to sleep at the station if you don't hurry up and make up your mind. Even if you get back, I think the first step you'll have to take is to apologize to your eldest son and his wife so that they can feel comfortable with you letting you in. Considering all the pain and trouble you've caused, it looks like the real baggage is yourself. A few days later, Mary ended up having to carry all her luggage back home the way she came. She returned, but by the time she got there, her husband, son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren were all having dinner. They didn't even let Mary in. But Mary had nowhere else to go, so she finally acknowledged what she had done to her daughter-in-law up until now and apologized to her. She was allowed back into the house under the condition that she would leave the next day. She spent the night, but had to wake up early in the morning to take her luggage to the apartment her eldest son and his family had been living in. But she would only be able to stay there until the end of the month, so she had to find a decent place to stay herself. In the 40 years she had been married to James, Mary had never worked, so it was unclear whether she would be able to find a decent place by herself.
I heard that you haven't been taking care of the house at all. You should either take care of the household chores or go find yourself a job. As Harold's wife, you should do what is expected of you. If you don't, my son is going to leave you and you're going to have to move out of the house.
Did you come over to our place again without telling me? I've asked you over and over again not to come to our house unannounced. I would appreciate it if you let me know beforehand.
Melanie, why do you have to be so bossy all the time? The house belongs to Harold. And as his mother, don't you think that I have the right to come over as I please?
I think that the house belongs to the both of us. Harold and I are married. Please don't treat me like I'm Harold's accessory. Harold and I are equals.
I just don't understand why you're so hostile towards me. I know what you're thinking. You're only after Harold's money and assets. As his mother, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you.
I don't know why you're so paranoid. I'm not after Harold's money. You've got it all wrong. And I'm sorry to say this, but Harold doesn't have much money or assets.
What do you mean by that? If Harold really doesn't have much money, it's because you spent it all. You're exploiting him.
I don't understand where you're coming from. Why are you messaging me anyway? What do you need? I'm still working, so if you don't need anything specific, I'm going to go now.
Harold told me that you don't do any of the household chores, which is why I've been coming over to the house when I can. I've been making him dinner. I prepared many things today so that it will last a while, and so that Harold doesn't have to worry about making his own dinner. I made the meals for Harold, so please don't eat them yourself.
You really didn't have to go through all that trouble, but thank you anyway. Harold has a lot of time on his hands, so I'm sure that he has more than enough time to help out around the house and cook meals himself.
How could you say such a thing? Harold works until midnight every day. You don't seem to understand that he works really hard. I feel sorry for him. He works hard and then his wife spends all his hard-earned money. What you're doing to him is truly unforgivable.
I think this is all a big misunderstanding. I'm not using any of Harold's money. It's the other way around. We're both living off of my earnings. I think it's about time you saw the truth about your son. He's not as perfect as you think. You should sit down and talk with him.
Harold told me not to take your words seriously.
Did he really say that to you?
He did, and I believe what he tells me. I'm not going to allow you to continue to live off Harold's hard-earned money. He deserves better than this. How about you try to be a better wife to him?
I'd like to say the same thing to him. Harold hasn't been a very good husband to me.
Harold works until midnight every day. What more do you want from him? Don't you care about his health and well-being? You should treat him with a little more respect.
Okay, fine.
If you agree with what I'm saying, you need to start behaving the way that I want you to as well.
I realize that this is just a waste of time to keep on talking to you like this.
A waste of time?
I'm busy with work now, so please stop messaging me. Bye. Oh, and please let me know in advance the next time you plan to come over to our house. Why didn't you come home last night? Were you working through the night?
That's right. I just got off work, so I'll come home in a bit.
I know that you let your mother come over to our house again. I asked you to tell me when she comes over. Why did you try to hide it from me?
I wasn't hiding anything. Besides, why do I have to let you know every time my mother comes over? She's my mother, not some stranger.
Even if it's your mother, I like to know in advance. I don't like people showing up at our house unannounced.
Well, it's my house too. I don't always have to follow your rules. It's my mother. You have nothing to worry about. Why do you care so much?
I don't get along with your mother well. I'd rather she not show up at our house. Let me know the next time you plan on having her over.
Okay, whatever. By the way, I need some money. Will you give me some, please?
Why? What happened to the salary that you earned?
It's not payday just yet. I have a couple more days to go. I need some money before then, so please.
You'd better not go gambling again with my hard-earned money.
I won't, I promise. You got nothing to worry about.
I think that I have every reason to be worried. I won't forgive you if I find out later that you used my money on gambling.
I need $1,000.
I am not going to give you such a large amount of money. I'd like to make some time to sit down with your mother and talk, the three of us. I can't continue to go on like this.
I need to go. Later. Just leave the money that I asked you for at home. I really need the money.
Are you even listening to me?
I felt so bad for Harold, so I did the best thing that I could for him as his mother. Please don't try to control him anymore. What? I realized after going to your house a couple of times. Harold needs me more than he needs you.
I don't understand where this is coming from. What are you talking about?
I want you to pack up your things and move out of the house. I can't have you living off Harold's anymore like some parasite.
You're not making any sense to me right now. Tell me what's going on. I need you to explain it to me.
You guys are divorced now.
What the hell? Why am I hearing about this from you and not Harold?
I found the divorce papers at your house, so I took the liberty of filing them for you. It's what you wanted, right? Seeing that you had the divorce papers filled out and ready.
Does this mean that you went into our bedroom and went through our stuff? How could you? You're right. I did have the divorce papers ready. I knew that things with Harold and I weren't going well, and I wanted the option of ending our marriage if it ended up being the case.
Well, I filed them for you, so there's no need for you to worry about that anymore. You and Harold are back to being strangers now. That's why I'm asking you to pack up your things and move out.
I cannot believe that you filed the divorce papers without asking our permission. What you did is ludicrous. I didn't expect you to take things this far.
Well, I couldn't bear to see Harold so unhappy in his marriage anymore. You should be grateful that Harold put up with you for so long and let you stay in his beautiful home. It's now time for you to leave.
I don't understand why you're so self-righteous. Are you sure that you made the right choice here? Harold is going to be the one to suffer if I leave him. I'll be just fine on my own. You're going to regret the fact that you filed those papers.
I'm not going to regret anything. It was the best thing for Harold. Don't you know how much Harold makes in a month? His monthly salary is $10,000.
Are you sure about that?
I'm the one preparing all of his meals right now, and if you stop taking his money, his entire salary will be mine. That's why we're both happy to see you go. I don't know why Harold married you in the first place. You didn't do anything for him, and all you do is spend his money. Now hurry up and leave our house. I want you out of here ASAP.
Okay, fine. I'll move out as you wish. Good luck to the two of you then.
We don't need any luck. We'll both be very happy without you.
I was surprised to know that you filed the divorce papers without consulting us first. But I'm looking forward to your reaction when you find out the truth about my marriage to Harold.
What do you mean by that?
Let me just say this. I'm thrilled to be moving out. Thank you for filing the divorce papers.
It was my pleasure. Now, please leave. Harold and I are both so excited to start a new life without you.
Well, good for you. It was nice knowing the both of you. Goodbye.
Melanie, may I have a word with you? There's something that I want to check with you.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say to you. Bye.
Wait a second. There's no need for you to be so rude to me. It's about the rent.
What about the rent? The lease agreement has been changed over to your name now, so there's really no need for you to involve me.
Yes. When did you change the name of the lease over to me? You could have told me about that. Why was the lease in your name in the first place? Shouldn't have been in Harold's. And why change it over to my name and not Harold's? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, Harold works part-time at a convenience store. He's not qualified to put his name on the lease agreement.
What? I didn't know that Harold worked at a convenience store. What do you mean by part-time?
You said that you wanted to talk to me about the rent. Are you going to tell me that you can't afford to pay the rent or something?
Yes, that's right. How did you know? Do you know why there's no money in Harold's bank account? It just doesn't make any sense.
Actually, it makes perfect sense to me. Harold doesn't have any real money, which is why he doesn't have any savings. But it's not something to get all nervous about. I think you misheard Harold's salary. You seem to think that he makes 10 grand a month when it's actually $1,000 a month.
What do you mean?
Harold works part-time at a convenience store, and the maximum he makes a month is $1,000. Sometimes less than that. What made you think that he made 10 times that amount?
I bet you're lying to me. Harold's salary can't be that low. Otherwise, how would he be able to afford this house? Besides, I've seen his payslip before. I don't think that I have the wrong number.
Oh, so you looked at the payslips then. I get it now. The payslips were mine, not Harold's. You just assumed that they belonged to Harold. Well, you were wrong.
Those payslips were yours?
Yes, that's right. I was the breadwinner. I work in the sales department of a global firm, so my pay is very high. That's why we were able to afford the house that you're now living in. The rent is around $2,000, which is twice what Harold earns in a month. I knew that Harold wouldn't be able to pay the rent once I moved out, which is why I put your name on the lease agreement. Don't tell me that you quit your job.
This is all new to me. I didn't know that you were the one making all the money. I can't believe this. How are Harold and I going to pay for our living expenses then? There's no way that the two of us can live off the $1,000 that Harold brings in each month. I thought he made 10 times that amount, which is why I quit my job. And I just finished selling my house.
Did the proceeds from selling the house get wired to Harold's bank account by any chance?
Yes. Is that a problem? I'm not good with money, so I had Harold take care of it all. He was more than happy to.
Well, I bet he's gambled all that money already.
What?
I have a stable job, and I have no money troubles like Harold. I didn't need him in my life to live happily. Harold used to have a good job, but then he embezzled some money and got caught. He was penniless after he paid the company compensation for the damages caused. He was also fired from his job, naturally. After that, he started gambling and borrowed money to go to casinos. Now, he has a lot of debt. When we were still married, I helped him out with his money troubles, but now that we're strangers, none of this is my concern.
Why am I only hearing about this now? When did Harold start gambling, and why didn't you tell me?
Well, he recently started working at that convenience store, and I thought that he was trying to better himself, but he's been going to casinos in the mornings when he isn't at work. Basically, he's using all his money on gambling. He hasn't changed his old habits.
Casinos?
You were so proud of Harold for working so late at night. But it's just at a convenience store and he isn't making the kind of money that you wish for. Harold isn't working long hours. He's simply in charge of the night shifts at the convenience store. I work much harder than he does and I get paid well too. I'm sure that there are college students out there that are making more money than Harold. I wish you the best of luck with everything.
It seems that I had it all wrong.
That's what I've been trying to tell you all this time, but you wouldn't listen to me.
I'm sorry that I didn't take you seriously before. I'll pay more attention to you now. So would you please forgive us and come home? I realize how much you've been doing for Harold and I. It would mean a lot to me if you moved back in with us. And I'd really appreciate it if you could help pay the rent of this house.
Why in the world would I do that after the way you treated me?
No way!
It is too late to try to be nice to me. I know that it's just an act and that you're only after my money. I already moved into a fabulous new place and I am very happy living on my own. I can't believe that I used to live with Harold. Life on my own is so much more comfortable and enjoyable. I should have divorced him sooner instead of waiting for you to file those papers. I'm very grateful to you for filing those papers, though. So thank you for taking care of it.
You don't need to thank me for that. It'd make me much happier if you got back together with Harold. You used to be married to him. Don't you worry that he doesn't have enough money to live off of? I don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pay for everything? You need to help us. Melanie, please.
Well, like you said, we're strangers now, so I don't think that I can do anything for you. You told me that I was a parasite and that I should move out. I took your advice and moved out. Shouldn't you be satisfied with that?
Asking you to move out was a mistake. I take it back. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me and move back home.
I'm sorry, but it's just too late. There's not anything you can say to change my mind. Please figure things out with Harold. I'll stay out of your life like you wanted me to. Goodbye now. Harold is a new parasite in your life. Enjoy! After her conversation with Melanie, Helen confirmed with Harold that Melanie was telling the truth. And as Melanie had predicted, Harold had already spent the proceeds from selling Helen's house on gambling. The money was gone. So Helen no longer had the money to buy back her old house even if she wanted to. For obvious reasons, Helen and Harold were not able to afford the rent of their current home and had no choice but to move out. They even had to pay a penalty fee to the landlord because they were late in paying the rent. Helen and Harold ended up on the streets, and although Helen had hoped to live a happy life using Harold's money, she ended up living a life of despair. It doesn't seem like it would be easy for either of them to get stable jobs.